Our tale of the tape is brought to you by Dave & Buster's. Visit daveandbusters.com.
You see the height advantage of Dan Cramer. He wants to stay on the outside, make Brian Rogers push in. Hopefully he can counter-strike him.
Here again is Michael Williams.
Bellator MMA live on Spike. Again, features a middleweight quarterfinal. 3 5-minute rounds in the toughest tournament in sports. Tonight, Bellator features the National Guard. Go to nationalguard.com to learn about getting money for college and gaining career skills while you serve part-time here in your state and community. And now, introducing first the red corner at 6'1", weighing in 185.9 pounds. His professional record, 9 wins, 3 losses. From Bethel, Connecticut, he fights out of Coconut Creek, Florida, Dan Cosmo Cramer. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner at 5'11", weighing in at 186 pounds even. The two-time tournament semifinalist returns with 10 professional victories, 4 defeats. From Kent, Ohio, introducing Brian, the professional predator Rogers. And the referee in charge of the action, Al Coley.
All business on the face of Brian Rogers.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Go to work.
Round number 1.
This is where Brian Rogers is so explosive and dangerous in the opening round.
Our fight clock is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's the official beer of Bellator, and it's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Both guys landed big shots.
Cramer's in the camouflage trunks, Rogers in the black and purple trunks.
Cramer coming out aggressively.
Holding that tie plumb, then the big uppercut, that landed.
Wow.
Gorgeous throw from Rogers.
Man, that was beautiful stuff.
Side control now for Brian Rogers.
Just what Brian Rogers needed.
There's the sweep from Cramer.
Too tense, was not relaxed. Couldn't hold that position.
Rogers now forced to hold half guard. Left hand by Cramer.
This is where Cramer wants this fight. He has good ground and pound, a lot of pressure with his hips. He is tough on top.
Go back, check his head on the cage. Hook on the side, get the head on the cage. There you go. Go back in.
This is where you want to keep an explosive fighter. Keep him on his back. Take that energy right out of him.
Some fighters see the term grinder as an insult. Dan Cramer's the type of fighter who really embraces the term grinder.
He certainly does. 9 wins, only 2 finishes, both by KO. Wins the vast majority of his fights by decision. He just wears guys out.
Close guard from Rogers.
Position we have not seen Rogers in very often in his fights.
Rogers back to his feet. He ate an uppercut that missed with the right hand. Cramer right back on his man chest to chest.
Don't expect Cramer to give him any space.
Go.
Cramer out of American Top Team, very well coached.
He records the takedown.
See the strategy here, stay on top, stay tight against the very explosive Brian Rogers.
Coming up after this fight, it's the fight for the Bellator Bantamweight World title. Marcos Galvo versus the champion Eduardo Dantas. This fight for a place in the Bellator Middleweight Tournament semifinal round. Close guard again for Rogers. And already we're seeing Rogers trying to throw from his back, going for an armbar, couldn't find it to his feet. Right hand by Cramer.
Great lead right.
Rogers trying to land on the inside, and he does.
Rogers needs to tighten up that defense.
Right around to your right, please.
Rogers, man, very accurate with that. I'm sorry, Cramer, very accurate with that right hand. He's timing Rogers coming in. Angling to the right, away from the power side of Brian Rogers.
Powerful inside kick by Rogers, landed flush. Lead right hook by Cramer. feigning with that lead right hook again.
Once you land it a few times, your opponent has to respect it. That's when you sell the feints. Man, good one, too. Thomas Rogers is coming in straight. Not a lot of head movement, chin a little too high. Caught Cramer there, but to change up his offense.
1:15 remaining in round one. Feint by Rogers.
Sit here, stop. Sit. You're the chair, Ron. You're the chair. Slide around to your right. Slide around. Bring your ankle over there. 1 minute, Ron. You're 1 minute.
Side kick from Rogers. Slight trickle of blood coming from Cramer's nose. He just pawed at it. Next week, Bellator MMA, we make our debut in Utah. We're in the Salt Lake City area. The Russian striker Shavkat Shamalayev.
Good short strikes. He's complaining about something, but
saying he got eye poked.
Could not see it from our angle. We're on the other side of him. Referee certainly not wanting to hear it.
Again next week, Shavkat Shamalayev versus, in a very emotional homecoming, Brad Martinez, also King Mo Lawal will face Emmanuel Newton for place in the light heavyweight tournament final. 10 p.m. Eastern time next Thursday on Spike. Final seconds of round number one. Both fighters opening up now. Nice uppercut from Rogers. We'll go to round two.
You see, here's the exchange. Cosmo complained about, yeah, that left hand, the finger did go right into his eye. Pushed off. None of those landings super clean. Yeah, Dan Cramer definitely poked in the eye.
Between rounds, Cramer said he poked me in the eye. Referee Al Coley never acknowledged it. And of course, if a referee didn't see it, guess what? It didn't happen.
He might not have been on that side of him. Good round for Dan Cramer.
It's a tough round to score. How'd you see it, Jimmy? Left hand.
I scored it for Cramer. He landed a lot of those lead rights and took Rogers down. Rogers finished well. I'm giving in to Dan Cramer.
Short snap, belly-to-belly suplex there. And here's the hammer fist and the ground and pound from Rogers. Close guard from Cramer. Rogers backs off.
Oh, that's a quick stand-up. I think Rogers wanted to let him up, but that was quick.
Brian Rogers' teammate, fellow Ohio fighter, fellow Bellator fighter, Jessica Eye, sitting cage side tonight.
Surprised Rogers backed off there. He's doing well with the ground and pound. There's been a weakness in Brian Rogers' game. It's been his consistency past round one. He has 10 wins, 9 finishes. That's great. He's got to be ready to win long fights.
Right hand by Cramer, that landed.
That was in Shomenko, Andreas Spang. Both guys finished him in the second round.
And there's that partial this time, belly-to-belly suplex, but he still got the takedown.
Beautiful throw.
New episodes, Bar Rescue, followed by Carlout Rescue. This Sunday on Spike. It all begins 10 p.m. Eastern time. Hammer fist with the left by Rogers. Allows Cramer to stand.
Once again, letting Cramer up when he was doing well with the ground and pound. That's surprising. Cramer up on the feet. Cramer's doing very well.
Cramer looking for the level change, and he gets a takedown.
I don't expect Cramer to back off when Rogers up.
Push him forward. Push him forward.
Lean both glove and pull your wrist. Let's go. Let's go.
Rogers just complaining to the referee Al Coley, saying that Cramer pulled at his glove. You can't fish hook inside the glove, but you can obviously grab the glove.
He's back up.
Left hand. Uppercut counter right by Cramer. Now it's Rogers badly squinting out of his left eye.
Both these guys have had their moments. Very back and forth fight.
Blood trickling out of the corner of Cramer's left eye. Rogers chest missed with a big right. Cramer right back on it.
Good outside trip.
Rogers was setting up another belly-to-belly. Beautiful counter on that outside trip by Cramer for the takedown.
Yeah, did not give him time. Hooked that leg, drove all the way through.
Cramer trying to pull his way out of the Rogers half guard.
He's almost through.
Still to come, the fight for the Bellator Bantamweight World title. One of my own teammates, former very close friends, champion Eduardo Dantas versus the tournament champion Marcos Galvão. 70 seconds remaining in round number 2 of this middleweight tournament quarterfinal. The winner through to the semifinal round. Nothing decided yet. Dan Cramer had Mount for the briefest of moments and lost it. Rogers staying active on his back.
Good takedown by Cramer, but Ryan Rogers did more with it when he took Cramer down. Cramer hasn't really been able to get his ground and pound off. Short little shots, but nothing big yet.
Jimmy, would you agree that at this moment, right now, this is a Dan Cramer fight?
Right now it is, yes.
At this moment.
At this moment, very close second round. Very close second round. Could be tied up.
Not the round, but the moment. Holding top game.
Holding top, that's what he wants. I still put Rogers slightly ahead in this round.
This is what Rogers wants. Looking to land a big shot. He landed the left.
Good shots. They are trading in the center.
Now it's Cramer coming forward. Both looking for one more big strike before the bell.
Both fighters trading punches at the end of the round. Look at it here. Not clean shots. Couple good rights. Man, but both guys flailing at the end of the round. They both want this.
Moment of levity. Cramer didn't think it was funny, but he forgot his mouthpiece.
Happens all the time.
On your scorecard, 2 really close rounds.
I have it tied up, 19 apiece. Gave Brian Rogers that second round. I gave Cramer the first round.
In no big stretch of the imagination, you can see our 3 state of North Carolina judges scoring cage side having it the other way. Easily 1 round apiece, but in the other direction. Get a bad squint out of the left eye of Rogers. Started to do that in round 2.
Who implements their game? Who has the gas for the third round? Those are the 2 questions here. Cosmo definitely wants this fight on the ground. He wants to be on top. Once again, going hard for the throw, and that ended up stopping the takedown. Cramer doing a lot of that, diving in with punches in order to clinch.
Feint with the right hand by Rogers. Cramer was looking for the tie plum, did not get it. Good counter right, then the uppercut to follow from Cramer, and Rogers pushes his man back.
Looks like Cramer has a bit more energy in this third round. Always landing with that lead right.
Knee from Cramer. Left to the body from Rogers. See Cramer holding that tie plum. Big uppercut, just missed the mark. Body kick from Rogers. Blood again trickling out of the corner of Cramer's left eye. Rogers starting to open up with his punches. Good right hand.
Oh, that knee, that hurt him.
Now Cramer letting go with the full-on ground and pound.
Rogers is in serious trouble here.
Cramer landed the knee to set up this sequence.
Now Rogers looks exhausted. He is rocked. This is where Cramer wants to take advantage.
Rogers holding half guard. More right hands to the head from Dan Cramer. See Rogers Rogers holding his man close, trying to keep Cramer out of punching distance.
There's a moment every fighter fears where you don't have anything left to give.
Beautiful pass out of half guard into side control now for Cramer.
Could be Rogers is at that point now.
Full mount. Rogers with a chest hold on the bottom. Cramer looking for the punching range. Rogers trying to get to his feet, looking for the ankle lock. Can't find it. Rogers to his feet.
What does Rogers have left? That's the question. Big knee!
Rogers firing back. Lays a big right hand.
Does he have the gas to finish him? Another flying knee. Another big right hand. Cramer's hurt.
So much character, so much heart from these two fighters.
And he looked exhausted on his back a few seconds ago. He's giving everything he has now.
Rogers looking for the outside trip. Nothing there.
And Rogers ends up on top. If he turns it on for 1 minute, he can win this round and this fight.
Closing stages of this fight.
Cramer will not be held down.
This is about skill. This is about will right now. Cramer back to the top position. 30 seconds remaining. High drama in the Bellator cage. The winner through to the middleweight tournament final four.
Great performance by both fighters, giving it everything they've got here.
10 seconds remaining. More right hands from the top from Dan Cramer. Rogers trying to throw from the bottom. Hammer fist from the bottom from Rogers. The bell and the end of a tremendous fight.
A terrific fight. This whole crowd is on their feet, as they should be. Two warriors in there. Amazing fight.
Our fight replay is brought to you by the outrageous new comedy 21 and over in theaters March 1st.
You see here Cramer, beautiful right hands, that lead right, and then the knee. He had Rogers in serious trouble here. Then at the end of the fight, Brian Rogers, bang! Beautiful flying knee, right hand to the jaw, another right hand. Man, I would hate to be a judge.
When we return, we will end all suspense. Who will go through to the middleweight tournament semifinals? Dan Cramer or Brian Rogers? Dan Cramer and Brian Rogers combining for 15 extremely hard-fought minutes. Jimmy, who wins this fight for you?
29-28, Dan Cramer. I gave him that last round, but man, this could go either way.
Here's Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your judges' scorecards. Your first judge, T.Y. Evans, scores the fight 29-28. Your second judge, Andrew Hopper Jr., sees the fight 30-27. Your third and final judge, Stephen Elliott, sees it 29-28. All for the winner by unanimous decision, earning his place in the middleweight tournament semifinals, Dan Cosmo Cramer.
In the biggest fight of his life, Dan Cramer